Welcome back. We are starting our hike along the Middle Fork Trail to Cucamonga Peak. Now, I got this wild idea that I might try all the way to Ediwanda, but we're gonna have to save that for another day. And that's because I only have about 7.5 hours of sunlight. This hike is estimated to be 17 miles, but the estimates are always underestimates, so it's probably going to be more like 18 and a half miles. And if I average 2 miles an hour, and that's optimistically. Oh, look, somebody did a shortcut. If I average 2 miles an hour, that's 9 hours. That means that I will probably get about an hour and a half or an hour of darkness. I count the half hour after sunset as, not that bad. Still, an hour of darkness. That's not too good. That's all figures optimistic. Oh my God, and I haven't even calculated break times. If I only add 45 minutes of breaks, and that's again optimistic, what's that? A little more than an hour and 15 minutes of flashlight darkness, hour and 45 minutes of sunset. So, should give you an idea. That's just if I go to Cucamonga. If I went to Ediwanda, that would add another 80 minutes. I'm also saying that to myself because sometimes if you've known me, you've seen me on runs, you've seen me on hikes. Oftentimes, if I think of something a little more, I'll do it. I hope I don't, because it just seems foolish. I mean, this trail actually doesn't feel too bad right now. And I'm saying because this is what I'm going to be walking down in the dark. This isn't too bad. But you know what? Any trail is just not so good in the dark, especially if this is actually my second time on this trail. Not the entire trail though. Only 2 miles, which is I guess what I'll do in the darkness. I do remember this trail isn't too harsh. So, but still, I need to be talking myself out of trying to go to Ediwanda. So anyway, we can save that for another day, for another time. Going to Cucamonga will already be a good accomplishment. I'm carrying 1.5 liters of water in my back. I left that live so you'll see what happens when I don't pay attention. So, yeah. Oh, there. There's just this little pit. And I was talking. I did not look. And so I stepped. But it looks like the worst of it was just that false step. So no twisted ankles or anything. A lizard. So let that be a lesson to me. Pay attention to the damn trail. Okay. Oh, look at this big old gateway tree. I did scrape my knee just a little bit, but didn't even draw blood, so that's good. You can hear the stream, but it's barely, I can't even see it. And so I'm going to need to remember that this trail is a bit treacherous right there, right before that tree. That in the dark. And it's not the worst thing. If you slide on this, you'll just kind of slide a few feet. It has happened to me. And normally what I've done is I've just gotten a few scrapes because of the rocks. Not here. It happened actually on the other Cucamonga trail. I got a few scrapes. I thought it was going to be worse, but no. Because I only slipped like, because of all the rocks and stuff. It's kind of like, I guess there's a lot of friction. And so I would slip maybe 5, 8 feet, not even that much, before the very rocks themselves would stop me. Now, every slope is different, so maybe on some of them I will go tumbling for 100 feet. Which is why it's best not to tempt fate and be safe. I actually started the telemetry about, if you'll notice on the map, I started it about 2/10 of a mile late, or a quarter of a mile late. Carelessness. This is even that is this is my second start up this hill. I went a quarter of a mile before I noticed that I was missing my bottle. So I had to go back down and restart. And then when I restarted, I forgot to turn it on until I reached the place where I had stopped before. Oh well, it's only a quarter mile.
Lap 1, 28:47. Heart rate 111. Average speed 2.0.
Okay, so first mile, as you can see, I'm able to maintain 2 miles an hour. But this last like third of a mile, all of a sudden I got overrun with bugs. There are bugs everywhere here. Actually, before I pulled the camera out, it was worse. There are parts around here where it goes a little light and then it goes a little heavy. So 488 ascent, 71 descent, elapsed 29:25. See, you can see these stupid bugs. Ah, like they're literally trying to fly into my eyeballs. I know I have a hairnet, and guess what? I forgot to bring that too. I am just so not preparing properly nowadays. I need to get my checklist again, because I did know since last time there has been a warning already that there are lots of bugs on this trail, so it's my fault. Now I got to deal with the consequences. Oh well. I guess if I go fast enough, the bugs are a little less likely to follow me, but right now, if you look, they're just everywhere. I hear them and feel them. Ugh. And yes, I wish I could squash them all, but it's a waste of time. I've done it. Trust me. There have been times when I've foolishly done that. I'll sit and I'll stop and I'll squash like 20 of them. And then I move 50 feet forward and there's 20 more. And then I move a few feet forward. So I remember one time I did it and I think I squashed like about 1,000 of them. Didn't make a difference. Not only that, but in evolution's sake, probably didn't even make it didn't make a difference. Because the ones you kill off, that just leaves more for the ones who remain. Oh wow. Here's the Cucamonga Wilderness. Little stream. Look at that.
Lap 2, 2924. Heart rate 101. Average speed 2.0.
So that's 2.01. Ascended 1099. Descent 115. Elapsed 5830. So as you can see, I'm just barely squeezing under 30 minutes. The bugs are not as bad as they were a little while ago. So at least that. But they're still around, so they haven't disappeared. They'll suddenly, I'll reach an area where they just are in a cloud. And it's not even the bigger bugs. The bigger bugs don't bug me. It's the tiny ones. So but this is roughly where I will be coming through once the sun comes down. I see that there's a few markers like this, but not enough. I think I've only seen them like 3 or 4 markers so far. One across a stream bed so that you'll know how to cross. And I think another one. So not that many. Whew. See, they're still bugged. I guess especially by the water. Yes, I know, that should be obvious, but oh. I guess that is the trail. No, I've gone off trail. The trail is over there. Well, that's not smart. This is going to be cold. No. I need to find a more reasonable way to cross. It's not just the cold. Remember, this stuff is slippery. I can just crack this ball so easily, you saw. Even right now. Oh. Hold on, because I'm on a very precarious part. Ah! As I said, this is all precarious. There we go. That should be the trail. No, the trail is even further out that way. Oh well, it's a little adventure. Oh, yeah, it said there was a campsite here, so see the tents. You know, I'm actually surprised at how well my sandals have held up. Oh, I think this is the trail. This hole.
Lap 3, 32:54. Heart rate 124.
As you can tell, that one was slow. That's because that one was about 700 feet of gain, thus the most aggressive of the 3 miles. Right now at 301, that's 1,865 gained, 147 descent, elapsed 131.30. So that should give you an idea. That 3rd mile, yeah, I did a number of switchbacks back there. And actually the switchbacks weren't too hard, like this here. A lot of this trail is, I would say, not too tough. What I mean by that though is, it's not like it's a wheelchair accessible kind of trail, but, and they should make some of those like that. I bet some folks with wheelchairs would love to challenge themselves on this. I gotta think about that, yeah. Maybe there are some. But the whole, my point was that this isn't a super smooth trail, but there are some trails where I've been where, like Vivian Creek and the other side of Cucamonga Peak, especially around the early part of Icehouse, it's nothing but rocks and rocks and rocks. All trails have their rocky stuff. But like Cucamonga for like the first 3 miles is nothing but rocks. Not nothing, but a lot. My mouth is getting dry. And the plan is to drink about 300 milliliters per mile. So what's that going to be? It'll be about 7 miles worth of water. Something like that. I'll do more of the math, but I think what I will probably do is I won't do like straight every mile. I'll probably do every mile till I get up to the peak. And then I'll do a little less on my way down. That seems reasonable. I spoke too soon. There's plenty of rocks right here. That's not that many. Okay, so that's 4 miles. That is 24:35 ascended, 175 descend, 4.03 miles, 2:02:15. So as you can tell, I'm a little behind by a couple minutes. And it's just because, yeah, these last 2 miles are getting real. The elevation's increasing a little more aggressively, and I'm much of the trail is still kind of nice like this, but there are a few small sections like I showed you where there are rocks. So there are some challenging sections. And then there's a few big fallen trees that I had to go around. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but to go around a gigantic tree, you might lose like 30 seconds or a minute from your travel time. Does it matter? Not if it's just one, but if it's 3 or 4, you just lost 2 minutes off your mile. So they all kind of add up and down. So at this point, I'm not sure how soon till I reach the saddle, the Icehouse saddle. I shouldn't think about it, but my mind wants to think. It's like, oh, because this all kind of starts to look like I'm getting close. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'm almost there. But I have to remember that rule. Just don't torture yourself. Stop thinking about how far something is and just think about the next few steps. It is so much more punishing to your mind to think about how far it is. Beginners always make that mistake, but once you've done it enough miles, I know. Just distract myself. Listen to my music. Enjoy the scenery, because the scenery has been changing, as you can tell. We've got this really nice foliage. Foliage! We can't escape Lisa, my little walking library. There is some running water down there, as you can see. So if I'm a little too dehydrated, oh, that's right. That tastes good.
Lap 5, 32:34. Heart rate 124.
As you can tell, It's mile 5, and that is that's 5.01, 32 ascend, 175 descent, 234.20. Am I finally reaching the saddle? This is the first time I look like I'm hitting the other side of the mountain, but no. I think I still got a ways to go to the saddle. Probably a half mile by my own estimates, but look. I am falling behind a bit, as you can tell, but hopefully I can make that up on the way down. These last miles have been more aggressive than the first ones, which is kind of curious. Usually it's the first ones that are aggressive. I actually skipped that. Every hike is different. In some, the first are aggressive, the first few miles are steep. In others, the last miles. But that's why I share this with you. Yeah, right now it's just been nothing but switchbacks going up this little valley. And somewhere up there should be the saddle. But based on my own estimates, I'd say I still have to be around 5.5 miles to hit the saddle. It's kind of cold, but not too terribly cold either. We have reached it. There is the saddle. There's 3 or 4 people taking a rest there. We are finally here. That's 5.52 miles, 36.52 ascent, 178 descent, 249.08. Ooh, it's getting a little windy. Well, at least now I know. About 3 miles to go. So, at least there's that. A little more than 3. It's like, I think, like 3.2 miles. A little more than that. Oh. This is punishing. Actually, what's punishing right now is the cold. As you can tell, I am sweaty. And so the cold is actually making me feel cold because of the sweat. It's a weird feeling. All that climbing made me sweat. I'm still a bit dehydrated. I guess I should drink some. mile. It will be so punishing. So that was 6.01 miles, 37.61 ascent, 303 descent, and 301.31 elapsed. So that last one wasn't too bad. As you can tell, the pace was better than the others. So that's good. It's a lot of flat, so it's better than all those hundreds and hundreds of feet that were kicking on our ass. And as you can see, there's more people, probably because Icehouse Saddle has more people coming up. So I've already seen about, just on my once I reached the saddle, I've crossed about half a dozen people. So I'm expecting there'll probably be about a dozen people up at the top still. You know, I'll probably still run across another dozen on the way down. Well, this is a popular trail, at least the Icehouse trail. But now you know. Excuse the boogers, but like I said, it's cold. If you want to do Cucamonga and you want to go through a slightly less trail, a trail with fewer people, you'll probably want to do the one I just did. The only thing that I will have to warn you, I guess I didn't explain it at the beginning, was that the road to the trail is awful. You need, oh look, the cave. There's 2 caves now. You need a vehicle with high clearance. So most sedans, I have, as you know, I drive a sedan, kind of like a Honda Accord kind of vehicle. And I tried once, I couldn't make it there. I actually had to park 1.5 miles prior. So if you do, that's what you're probably going to have to do, because there's some parts that there's some dips that you're not going to make it past with your vehicle. And I'm good. I can be pretty, I've been able to get my sedan through some rough terrain, so, but I wasn't able to get it through that one, so I had to bring a truck. I did see some folks, as you'll notice at the beginning of the video, there were some folks with what are they, like station wagons? But those 2 are like high clearance vehicles. So again, you need a high clearance vehicle to get here. But once you're here, like I said, this trail's not bad. As far as difficulty compared to Icehouse, in some ways, I think it actually feels a little more curated than Icehouse. And given the fact that there's nobody else on that trail, so it's almost like it's a little kinder, because remember, Icehouse has a rocky part that you have to deal with both on the way up and on the way down, whereas this one, you notice there was very few rocks. There weren't that many. So there's those differences. Some of the later miles here to get you here were more aggressive, and of course it's more miles, so that is going to kick your ass, because if I'm not mistaken, Icehouse to the saddle there is 3.5 or 3.75 miles. And here I was 5.5, so that's 2 more miles. So 4 more miles total. Oh well, you give up one thing to get another. Saddle. The view of the city. Actually, it's not that windy. But at least now we've got the next couple of miles and we're almost there, so that's pretty good. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So that's good. But I shouldn't be thinking about how far it is. Remember, bad idea. You lose your mind. If you start thinking. So don't do that. Just handle what's in front of you and you'll be good. That's all that really matters. Thank you. Thank you. And we will make it up. We've done this before, so a lot of this isn't that unfamiliar. Thanks. So but I also know that this is going to kick my ass. So let's just take it nice and easy. I'm trying to push because, as I told you, I already know that I'm going to get a lot of darkness. And so I'm trying to get a little less darkness. But truthfully, I might save myself 5-10 minutes of darkness. And although right now it seems like it's important, what's the difference between an hour and 30 minutes of darkness and an hour and 20 minutes? Not much. At least not when you're hitting that kind of darkness. Thank you. So instead, I think it's best that I just... Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're recording?
I'm sorry?
You recording the whole trail?
Yeah, not the whole thing, but just the suffering.
Oh, that's YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's the name?
Oh, SKAAII.
SKAAII.
Yes,
Okay,
that's the name of my channel.
I said for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
check it. But it'll take me a few weeks to put it, but it'll be there.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
See? Another subscriber. So wind getting more serious. And yes, it's getting colder. Am I tired? Yes, very. But little by little, it's happening. We make progress. Look, that's where we came from. All the way Here we are. Ah. 7.94 miles, 5079 ascent, 406 descent, 794, 402, 24. And we'll ride. Looks like all the people have gone down because what was it, like a dozen people? Nobody. Which is a good idea because it's going to get late. So I need to get my ass back down. But can't do that without at least enjoying a little bit of appreciation. Okay, let's take a little break. Okay, so coming right back down, and I just made 8 miles, 8.01, ascent 5092, descent 442, elapsed 424.40 because of my break that I just took up there. Not that long, probably like maybe 5-10 minutes. Yeah, it got pretty cold up there, so there wasn't much of a point in me staying up there much longer. I got some beautiful views. This is one of my favorite views. I guess that's why the Cucamonga is such a popular view. The views are just awesome. But as you noticed, there weren't that many people. There was only another couple that came after I picked up. So, which, yeah, that would be a good idea. I have 3 hours, just a little under 3 hours, about 2:56 to sunset. So if I do well, and it seems this trail is, like I said, isn't too horrible. Although sometimes coming back down, it changes character. I should be able to get 6 miles in, so that'll just leave me 2 miles. That's not too bad. I'm not sure what's going on with my calculations, but hey, I'll take the W. I didn't do a shortcut, Yeah, because right now I'm realizing I should have done my estimates. My map said that it should be 16.9 miles. So it should have been, what, 8.5 miles. And I didn't even make 8 miles. Nah, I'll figure it out later. I didn't do shortcuts, like I said, so that's important. Let's keep going. Okay, so that is mile 9.02, 5096 ascent, 1233 descent, elapsed 4:50:45. As you can tell, I made a pretty good time. I think that was 26 minutes, the last mile. Yeah, my mouth is talking funny because of the cold. But I was also doing a victory dance. I'm just a love machine. I know, I should, it's an ancient song, but it's still, all songs of all times are good. Anyway, the cold is cold, but since I got my jacket and everything else, it's not that bad. So, it's survivable. So let's keep going. Okay, so this is mile 10, 25:14. It says 10.01, 52:69 ascent, 17:39 descent, elapse 5:15:48. Yes, I've been pushing it. Although, since I suspect this hike is going to be shorter than I thought, I won't get too much darkness, so I shouldn't push too hard. Yay, we reached the corner. And if you look over there, I'll show you the other way. You'll see the awesome, that's where we came from, and that's where we're headed. Here we are back. Remember that? We're gonna go there right now, but I thought I would show you the saddle. I felt that I was out of time on our way up, but it looks like we've got enough time, so I will show you the little saddle sign. So here it is, and that is where we are. This is a great place to rest, but Thunder Mountain. Remember last time we went up there? And off that way is to Ontario Peak. We might try that one next time. So, but for now, let's head back from whence we came. Five and a half miles to go. Let's see, what does it say? Trailhead, yeah, 5.4. I say 5.5. Let me take. Okay, so we're at 12 miles. That means we've got a little more than 4 miles to go. It is 1 hour before sunset. So I thought that I would make a few final notes, because it will be sunset pretty soon. So I need to drink more liquids. Oh, hold on. Whoa. Ow. Ow, my legs. Oh. Crouching hurts. Ooh. And then we got to do this. Wait a minute. How do we go over this? Let's see if there's a trail on the other side. There kind of is. Can I just climb it like this? climb over the tree. Ugh. Sometimes that's all you have at your disposal. Excuse me. Oh, that's a big ass tree. See that? Okay. Yeah, so on my way down, I was like kicking up my heels like a little victory dance when normally I'm too tired to do that kind of stuff. But this time I felt like I could. So let me drink my water. Okay. So I will see you in a couple minutes. Oh, as you can see, we are by the campsite. So let's go ahead. Oh. Okay, so the sun has set. I have 1.75 miles to go. Not too bad, because like I said, I'll still get a little, about a half an hour of not needing to use a flashlight, and that'll buy me another mile. So I'm actually making pretty good pace, because this, like as you noticed when I was coming up, this trail isn't too bad on some of these areas. Although, you know what, weirdly, back there, remember at the river I got lost coming in? Well, I got lost even worse coming back down. I crossed it at the wrong spot, ended up getting buried somewhere in the trees. Well, I lost about 10 minutes. Otherwise, I would have been 10 minutes ahead of this. But, yeah, it's not that bad. At the same time, although, yes, I got my legs scratched up a bit too, but no real, I don't think there's any blood or anything. I don't see any. So nothing serious. Just, when you gotta go bushwhacking, normally you don't have to if you're just following the trails. So, but other than that, we have less than 2 miles to go. The most punishing miles. Ugh. So we are done with our hike, and that was 16.4 miles in 7:52:24, and that was 5485 feet gained. So it is perfectly dark here, so I guess I can't really show you too much. I'm actually sitting by the outhouse, but you can't see a thing. So anyway, the actual hike itself was good. Probably the best thing about it was that I did not feel at the end that I was super ultra tired. But then again, that's probably because this is a 16-mile hike, And the other ones you've seen me on are like 20-mile hikes. And I almost feel guilty about it, but sometimes I feel like, you know, for a 16-mile hike, it almost feels like I was cheating, like I did too little. But that's just stupid stuff. You know, don't think about that. Other than that, compared to Cucamonga, to Icehouse, as you can tell, this was actually a longer by a couple of miles, but it was also easier. At least, how can I say? I don't know if elevation wise, I'll put the numbers there. But as far as the trail was more curated, it was kinder on your feet. Especially coming back down, it wasn't gonna kick my butt like Icehouse often does. So that was nicer. The trees over here were different. There were acorns, and I love acorns. Acorns are one of my favorite things. So I got some I don't know if you're supposed to or not, so maybe I shouldn't. Oh, the bugs. Oh, the bugs. Oh my God, the bugs. Yeah. Well, thankfully though, they didn't follow me all the way up, just the first couple of miles of the trail. I also got lost, like I said. That's not good. So watch out by that river crossing. You know, think about that. I met a lot of nice people, including a nice new follower. So to you, sir, don't forget to challenge yourself too. As I say to all of you, this is painful, but it's well worth it. I'm tired. I am busted, not injured, but I am busted up, like as in all I want to do right now is go to sleep. Take a shower first. And then I don't want to think about hikes, and I've said this before. I know it sounds kind of weird to say it, but I usually judge a hike as good if I don't want to think about it. So long as nothing bad or injurious has happened, I'm just like, that was a good one because it wasted me. And this one did. So it didn't waste me as obscenely as Vivian Creek or as Cactus to Clouds. But, you know, maybe in life you don't need to always blast yourself like that. This is more than enough. This is good. So other than that, I hope you don't forget to challenge yourself with a good hike.